Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 10 items you can own in Grand Theft Auto Online. Essentially, the best items that you can buy. So this is going to be an updated 2017 version. I figured this was a good time for this video because we're not in the middle of a really big DLC that's just come out. We just had a big update that featured a lot of cool content, so I figured I would jump into this. This is going to be in no particular order here, and there might be more than 10 overall things, but some kind of fall under an umbrella. You'll see as we get more into the video, but let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. So at the number one spot, we've got the CEO offices, which is also kind of convenient because right now the offices are on sale. So if you don't, for whatever reason, own a CEO office, you should probably take advantage of this. So the CEO office gives you access to the cargo missions that you can do. It gives you access to starting the import-export missions. It also gives you access to the 60-car office garage, which is pretty insane. In addition to that, you have the assistant, which can get your Pegasus vehicles, your regular vehicles, get you free snacks, and there's a whole bunch of other things as well, including the interaction menu, the view itself, the mini games on the inside, another place to live and hang out with your friends. Literally, the CEO office is like the jack of all trades. Gives you so many things that you can do, and it's absolutely incredible. So if you don't have an office, it gives you so many things, including the gun locker as well. I almost completely forgot about that. Now, there are a couple of things that you don't necessarily need to have that come within the offices, but for the most part, they're one of the most useful things you can buy, not only in terms of convenience, but in terms of money making as well. So the CEO offices are definitely going to be on this list. At the number two spot, the MC Clubhouse. Now, what's great about the MC Clubhouses is they're a little bit cheaper than the CEO stuff, so they're relatively easy to get started, at least for most players. And the MC Clubhouses are going to give you access to the biker drug missions, so that being like the methamphetamine labs, the weed farm, stuff like that, which is another great way to make money and to earn some cash in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's also going to give you access to the biker missions that you can do in the Clubhouse. You've also got the entire interaction menu thing that allows you to create an MC crew. Also gives you access to spawn a motorcycle right in front of your eyes, no matter how many times you want. The MC interaction menu also gives you access to a bunch of different cool mini games and things you can do as a biker, president, and all the other roles. So needless to say, this one is pretty useful too, right along there with the CEO stuff, as probably one of the best values you can get in the game, simply for what you're getting in Grand Theft Auto Online. The CEO offices and the MC Clubhouses are quite the investment, but as you guys saw there was a ton of things that kind of fell under that umbrella that ultimately make these things one of the most worthwhile items to have in the game. All right, so now let's move on to vehicles for a little bit, and at the number three spot, I'm gonna say a go-to supercar and a go-to sports car. So the reason I pick out those two vehicles out of all the other categories is there's no denying that they are the most popular racing category. And that's not me just making up an opinion, that's fact that supercar and sports races are the most popular. I mean, if that wasn't clear by the regular races in the game, keep in mind what Rockstar did with Cunning Stunts, which is like 90% super and sports cars. So they are the most popular car categories. Now, I'm not here to tell you which sports car and which supercar is the best. There's videos that'll go out there and tell you that. And also, some people have like aesthetic preferences that they like. You might love the way the T20 looks, but you might hate the way the Adder looks or something like that. So it's not my place to tell you which car to get. Some of my favorites, though, are the new Nero Custom. Obviously, the Itali GTB is amazing. The T20, the Osiris. The Entity is another car I love. From the sports class, I love the Massacro. I love the Jester. The Feltzer is an awesome vehicle, too. The Shafter V12, the Buffalo S. Any of those vehicles are going to be absolutely awesome. And in free mode, they're probably going to be the quickest to get you around as well. So if you need to go from point A to point B on the map and you want to do it in a land vehicle, supercars and sports cars are typically going to be your fastest. Moving on, at the number four spot, an armored vehicle. So for this, I would recommend the Insurgent or the Kuruma. Both can be stored in your garages. Now, they are a little bit different. I'm not going to go too much into the details here. The Kuruma is a little bit more bullet resistant. agent, whereas it can't survive an explosive, and kind of vice versa for the insurgent. But they're both pretty awesome vehicles that you can use, and they're great for free mode. They're great for heists. They're great for contact missions. You're going to get so much use out of these armored vehicles, and they're going to keep you safe throughout all the madness that is Los Santos. So an armored vehicle is definitely worth it, and they're not as expensive as you think compared to some of the high-end supercars and special vehicles in the game. The armored vehicles aren't that bad at all, and they're a really great value considering what you can do with them and when you can use them. Sticking with vehicles, at the number 5 spot, we have the Buzzard. So the Buzzard is probably the most versatile vehicle in the game. It can seat 4 people, which is an average amount of people. It's actually really quick, and it is militarized in 3 different ways. It's got homing missiles, non-homing missiles, and it's got machine guns. So as far as this helicopter goes, it is literally like the jack of all trades here. It can do everything. It can get you from point A to point B quickly. It can get a handful of your friends to point A to point B, and if you ever run into trouble, you can use it to fight off bad guys, NPCs, or other enemies. And same thing with this vehicle. It's great in free mode. It's great in contact missions. It's great in heists. It's great for whatever you're doing, making it one of the most versatile air vehicles in the game. And it's actually not that expensive. I'm sure many of you guys own a Buzzard right now. And keeping on that, at the number 6 spot, we have the Cargo Bob. So I'm sure by now most people own a Cargo Bob, but it's still so useful. You can do so many things with it. Obviously transporting people, picking up other vehicles and objects, which is incredibly fun, which is great for doing things like shooting up Snapmatic sets, or trying to troll your friends, or do something crazy in a lobby. And even with the new import-export missions, can be incredibly valuable, getting a car from point A to point B safely without taking a lot of damage. So definitely get the Cargo Bob, one of the most useful and versatile vehicles that we have here in Grand Theft Auto Online. At the number 7 spot, let's talk weapons. Now, I'm not obviously going to be going over all of them, but there are a few that I do think you need to have. One of them is the AP pistol. So you might think to yourself, why would I want a pistol? Well, the AP pistol, it's just like a little machine gun. You can use it in free mode. You can also use it inside of your car, which is important because it has the highest magazine capacity for a weapon that you can use while driving your vehicle. So not only is it great on foot, but it's also great inside of the vehicles too. So grab yourself an AP pistol. Also, the special carbine rifle is definitely one that you want. As far as assault rifles go, I think that it is the best. And it also has a 100 mag upgradable magazine, which is very, very useful, meaning you're hardly ever going to have to reload when you use this thing. That right there is pretty cool. Some other weapons you could throw in here might be like the homing launcher, or one of the sniper rifles, or proxy mines, or sticky bombs, or the minigun. However, those are probably the best weapons in my opinion. One that's pretty proficient with the sniper rifle is obviously very dangerous. The minigun can shred people at close range. So there's a lot of great weapons out there, but there's probably about 6 to 7 that you ultimately need to have. And then there's a couple gimmicky ones, maybe like the musket, that you don't necessarily need. And a lot of the melee weapons you won't end up needing as well. So try and focus on the important ones that we mentioned in this video. At the number 8 spot, the cheapest apartment. So I'm not exactly sure which one it is. I think it's like Del Perro something, but the cheapest apartment is only $200,000. There are articles of clothing that cost $200,000, and this $200,000 apartment gets you a 10-car garage, gets you access to an area where you can hang out with friends, and allows you to start up heist missions in which you can easily make your money back doing 1 or 2 easy heist missions. So don't buy the crazy expensive apartments. Don't buy the stilt homes. Buy this one right here, the $200,000 10-car apartment. That is like the best value in the game as far as buying property goes, for what you get, what you can get out of it, and the things you can do once you own that apartment. So that right there is awesome. Buy the cheapest 10-car garage apartment. All right, at the number 9 spot, body armor vests, bulletproof helmets, and heist rebreather. So those 3 things are actually really important. Staying alive in Grand Theft Auto Online free mode is obviously the objective. The bulletproof helmet and body armor will help you with that. But also, the rebreather that you unlock from heists will also allow you to stay underwater for a relatively long amount of time, which is cool. And you can keep buying them over and over and over again. So you can just like stay underwater for almost an unlimited amount of time here, which is really, really cool. So I definitely recommend you get the bulletproof helmet. You also get the like body armor vests and whatnot, and the rebreather would be a great addition as well. So as far as clothing, those are probably like the must buys right there. Everything else is going to be subjective to your player. And finally, last but not least today, at the number 10 spot, I've got these special vehicles. So I'm going to kind of run you through the list right here because in my opinion, not all of these are like 100% necessary to own. So if we start with the Blazer Aqua, it's obviously little, it's tiny, it's the fastest vehicle in which you can go from land to sea. So if you're going to get one of those two vehicles of the Aqua ones, I would probably recommend the Blazer. The Ruiner 2000, not nearly as overpowered as everyone thought it was going to be, but in the hands of an expert can be extremely dangerous given its jumping, parachuting, and missile launching ability. Up next, we've got the Armored Box Fill, which is incredibly cool, although it lacks bulletproof tires, thus making it pretty worthless when it comes to PvP, because once those tires are gone, this thing is just a giant ice sled. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to slip and slide all over the place. You've got the Wastelander, which is cool, but unfortunately, it's completely useless because you can't put anything in the back. The only thing this is pretty great for is driving in deeper bodies of water, like a river or like a lake. You've got the Phantom Wedge, which is awesome, but explodes after you run over about 30 vehicles, thus making it kind of worthless. You've got the Rocket Voltic, which is awesome. I definitely recommend this one. It's great for things like time trials. Like I think the one going on right now is Up Chiliad, so this one would be perfect for that. So I really recommend that you get the Rocket Voltic. And then you got the Ramp Car, which kind of falls under the same fate as the Phantom Wedge. Cool, but the more you use it, the easier it's going to break, which kind of makes it, in the end, worthless. But anyways, that's all the information I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today, and the top 10 best items that you can own here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know what your top 10 list would be in the comment section down below. Hopefully this video helped you out and gave you a better idea at what you possibly should spend your hard-earned money on here in GTA Online. If you did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.